There is always a bolter in tournament year. A player whose form proves unexpectedly irresistible. A player who comes, not exactly from nowhere, but certainly from beyond most imaginations, to stake his place in the team. In 2014, it was Raheem Sterling. In 2016, Dele Alli. In 2018, Jesse Lingard? Could be. He has been one of the successes of the season at Manchester United under Jose Mourinho. The player who serves as evidence that he doesn't just improve defenders. On Friday night, he scored the winner in a rare win against Holland, England's first in an away fixture between the countries since November 5, 1969. Yes, Holland are nowhere near the force of old and have not made it to the World Cup, but even so this was not a result to be sniffed at, and neither was the goal that decided it. Lingard has scored 10 goals for Manchester United since November 28, and here was another that indicates he has his eye in. Edge of the area, instinctive, accurate, goalkeeper Jeroen Zoet could have done better, but that should not detract from the quality. Not everyone in Russia will have David De Gea between the posts. The move was started by a driving run in midfield from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, culminating in a Raheem Sterling shot, which struck a defender and rebounded to Lingard's feet. His reactions were sharp. Sharper than Zoet, who could not make ground as it nestled low, in his net. And, yes, there are plenty of buts and caveats still, but this was a decent win for an experimental England team. Gareth Southgate tried new ideas, with varying degrees of success, but a win is a win against opposition that are normally considered technical superiors. That wasn't the case on Friday night. That may say as much about Holland as England, mind you. It is the Dutch who are credited with refining three at the back. Their aim was simple. What is the fewest number of defenders that can be placed on the pitch, and still win the match? The answer, 3 plus a goalkeeper. England seemed to be coming at the problem from the opposite direction. What's the largest number of defenders that can be placed on the pitch without losing attacking impetus? The answer, 5, plus a goalkeeper and Jordan Henderson holding. Indeed, at first, the starting lineup seeming like a winning bet, a wager in which Gareth Southgate was dared to start with a team of full-backs and cashed in. Let's see, Kieran Trippier, Danny Rose and Kyle Walker are genuine full-backs and Joe Gomez usually plays there, when he starts for Liverpool. John Stones started as a full-back, while Oxlade-Chamberlain was used as a wing-back by Arsene Wenger at Arsenal, before moving to Liverpool. In addition, Henderson has been utilised in that position, as has Sterling, certainly under Brendan Rodgers at Liverpool, and on rare occasions Lingard. That leaves only goalkeeper Jordan Pickford and Marcus Rashford as players who have never been asked to play a full-back's role. Still, give it time. In Southgate's defence, his game plan did not produce terrible results, even if one might have hoped for better service from the flanks in the circumstances. One of the problems seemed to be that those in the middle were mysteriously unaware of Trippier's greatest attribute, his ability to strike an accurate cross, first time. True, they would not be as familiar with this talent as his Tottenham teammate Dele Alli or, certainly, Harry Kane, but don't they have televisions, these guys? It's hardly been happening in secret at Wembley this season. Rose, too, gets forward at every opportunity, an eagerness that led him to be strong-armed by Dutch defender Hans Haetboer in the first minute. Rose was down for quite some time, rising with his hackles up, but not concussed. A rather ferocious challenge on Haetboer soon after, clearly in retaliation, earned a stern look and admonishment from referee Jesus Gil Manzano, of Spain. No sooner was Rose back on, however, than Joe Gomez was off. He landed awkwardly after an aerial challenge and immediately looked to be in trouble. Harry Maguire arrived in his place, the fit many had wished for when it was first announced England would be playing Liverpool's reserve right back on the left of central defence. Maguire is young and, like Stones, takes risks on the ball, but it is still good to see an English centre-half that is not scared by possession. England did reasonably well on the ball without greatly threatening Dutch goalkeeper Jeroen Zoet. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain forced a comfortable save after 8 minutes, after a pass from Sterling, and the same player set up Lingard in a better position soon after, but he screwed his shot wide. Lingard looked to have played Sterling through after 37 minutes, but Zoet was very fast off his line and put in one of those challenges that left no room for doubt. He took the lot, ball, player and anything else in the vicinity. Sterling was momentarily airborne but could have no complaints. There was no decision for referee Manzano to make. It became obvious why Walker had been moved to a central defensive role in the 32nd minute, when Trippier shuffled across to the left to deliver a free kick ahead of Rose. Southgate is plainly trying to find a way to harness the quality of the best crosser of the ball in the country right now, and it almost worked. Trippier's dead ball was met at the near post by Henderson and his headed flick was as close as England got in the first half. It could be quite the weapon in Russia. The caveat, however, is the ordinariness of this Holland team. It hasn't qualified for the World Cup, and while Ronald Koeman may be new to the job, he cannot work miracles. A nation that once boasted Europe's, possibly the world's most skillful players, are by comparison bereft. Their striker, Boss Dust, is a poor man's Peter Crouch, with less aerial ability and bite. Yet if there was a worry for England, it was that, once Holland settled, they caused Southgate's back five a surprising amount of trouble. It took 22 minutes for Kraft their first shot, from range by Matthijs de Ligt, causing Pickford little trouble, but after that there were moments of real uncertainty. The defense missed a routine cross 4 minutes later, forcing Pickford to scramble to save at the feet of Quincy Promes. After that, sadly, Pickford was less convincing. In the 40th minute, he came for a free kick by Memphis Depay, changed his mind horribly, and was almost caught out by Dust. From the goal kick, he nearly got caught in possession, complicating an exchange of passes. He's young, he'll learn, but it needs to be quick. Holland, Zoet, De Ligt, De Vrij, Van Dijk, Haetboer, Wijnaldum, Strootman, Van Aanholt, Promes, Depay, Dust. Subs: Cillessen, Till, Oka, Van de Beek, De Roon, Berghuis, Proper, Weghorst, Babel, Vilhena, Fosu-Mensah, Kluivert. England: Pickford, Trippier, Walker, Stones, Gomez, Rose, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Henderson, Sterling, Rashford, Lingard. Subs: Hart, Butland, Dyer, Mawson, Maguire, Tarkowski, Livermore, Young, Cook, Ali, Vardy, Lallana, Welbeck, Pope.